progression, you could kind of see practices kind of started getting faster, and just how big is it to kind of see that from day one to now, and them kind of pick up what you guys are putting down a little bit?
Yeah, I think I think they've tried really hard to learn it. It's obviously when you're installing a scheme, you're moving pieces too. So you got guys that played one position for 5 practices, and then maybe this guy's best suited here. Maybe so then it's now we got to reinstall everything and reprogram and relearn. So I think we're thin right now, just with some injuries and things, but nothing overly concerning for down the road. But I think almost everybody in spring ball is at this point. And so overall, just pleased with how we've progressed. I think we've worked hard. I think we've come out here. I think we've pursued the ball. We've done a good job making some plays on the ball at times. And so tomorrow, more than anything, I want to see us play hard, and I want to see us fly around and have fun. I mean, because it's like I told them, we're not a finished product. We won't be in the summertime. It's going to be there's a natural progression, and it's a marathon, not a sprint. And, but overall, I think we're trending in a positive direction for sure.
Jalen Samuels is someone who's gotten a lot of burn with the first team defense this spring. What have you seen out of him that's given you the confidence to put him with that group?
Well, number one, he plays extremely hard, and that's something that I called him out in front of the defense, just because how much effort he plays with on a consistent basis is really special. It's going to give him a chance to be a guy down the road. If he keeps developing, they could potentially play this game for a long time. And it was just the fact that you can control your effort every single play, and he plays and he goes till the tank is empty. And so I think that's the start. Obviously, he's got some athletic tools that we like and feel like he's got tremendous amount of upside. He works really hard to learn it. He's a young man that only played football really a year until he got here. So the growth and potential is really high there. It's just continuing to learn and develop and grow, and getting better every single practice. Because every day, when you got a guy like that, I mean, every day his growth and his just room to grow and knowledge, fundamentals, technique, understanding is so high, just because all of this stuff's new. There's a lot of things that guys that have played football since Pop Warner would maybe know that a guy that's only played football 1 year before he comes to college doesn't have a clue on. But then once he does it and learns it, he picks up on it quick. So really excited about him and in his future here and what he's doing. So I think he's got a chance to be a really special player.
When you come in, are there certain spots that you look at that are like, well, we've really got to work on this, or did you kind of come in with kind of a fresh start for all of it?
Yeah, I don't think you judge. I think obviously you'd be remiss not to watch film and look at guys that have made plays and look at the production, but also understand that whether it's scheme, technique. I mean, we have good staff, and there's a lot of guys that I think have performed at a high level this spring that maybe didn't perform at as high of a level or had an opportunity maybe in the past. A guy like Armani's played a ton of snaps here, and I think he's had an awesome spring, and he was a guy that I don't think, got as much burn last year for whatever reason, but he's playing at a really high level for us. So, and then you got, guys like Junior. I mean, Junior's, similar to Jalen from the standpoint of he's from Europe, so from France, and so just like every day he's a sponge and wants to be coached and eager. And so I think it's our job as coaches to, first and foremost, develop and get the most out of every single player that we can. Nobody's perfect. There's things that every single guy has to work on, and it's our job as a coaching staff to develop those guys. I think there's always guys in a situation when it's a new staff that maybe the previous staff said, well, this guy can't play this out of the rest, that it's our job to grow them and develop them. And I think we've done a nice job of that this spring so far, trying to create that depth because iron sharpens iron as one man sharpens another. So if there's really not a backup behind the guy and that guy doesn't have the right mentality, it's hard to compete every single day and push yourself when well, I'm the guy. Great teams have depth, have competition, and have guys that are competing against each other to make everybody around them better.